Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Praise. We started a series on mastering Linux commands for cybersecurity professionals and system administrators. So, without any further ado, we're going to go to the next part of this video, which is talking about process management. And in process management, the first command we're going to be looking at is the PS command. So, the PS command shows you your processes that are current running processes on your system, and that's what it brings out. To get a detailed view, use the ps switch ef command, and that gives you all the processes running on the device at that time. So the next thing we're going to look at is to, let's say, want to get a particular process running and want to know process ID of that specific process running. So what you're going to do is the ps switch ef command, and remember in previous videos we talked about the grep command. Use that to pull out specific characters from so you Firefox and you hit that, it gives you the particular process you're looking for. So these are all the processes running under the Firefox. So to kill a process, no, let's go ahead and talk about viewing processes. So the next command we're going to look at is the top command, and that gives you the top running commands on your system. So it shows you the PID, process ID, the user. It also shows you all the details that you need to know: the CPU, the memory, the time, and the command. So you press Q to create that, and to get an interactive view, use the H top command. Gives you a more detailed and fine view. It's similar to the H-top, so very important that you know. You press F10 to quit or Q to quit, either way works. To kill a particular process, you can kill it with the process ID. So you do kill the process ID. Let's look at the command we looked at before. And the process ID for this should be this. Should be the process ID. You can copy that. You just type kill, Shift Ctrl V to paste, and kill the process ID. So this will kill Firefox that's running. So to kill a process by the name, kill all Firefox ESAR, you do that, Firefox is already out. So that is how to kill a process. So that's all about processes. There are more commands that you can learn, so you just go online and check for more commands for processes. So these are the basic commands that you need to know. So if you like this video, please click the like button, subscribe to get more content like this. Once you do the liking and the subscribing, YouTube algorithm is going to push my video forward so people can see and learn. So the next commands we're going to be looking at is the file permission command. File permissions are very necessary for security and for administration, so very important to know all of this. I'm going to put a description of some little bit of documentation in the description of this video, so check that out so you can get a detailed view of how this is run. So let me explain some things to you. We'll do a long listing of this, and we see whatever this means. I want to explain what this means here. The D here shows that this is a directory. That's why it has this color coding. Then the first three is for the user, and that's Kali. The next three is for the group, and the last three is for other users on this system. So if you take a quick look, let's take a quick look at the files in this system. We see that this file test has all of this. So let's look for, see, this file belongs to root, which is the user, which is the group, and so forth. So you can go through all of this. You see, like this file password list is not a directory. It can read and write, but it can't execute. For That's for the user. The user can read and can write it because it's its own file, but it's not an executable file. So for the group, you can only read it, you can't write, and you can't execute. And for the other users, you can read, you can't write, and you can't execute. So to make a file both to make it read, write, execute, you can just let's create a file. Let's call that nano. Let's use the nano to create a file and call this test file. I will click OK, and this is a test. Sorry, this is a test, and sorry about that. To X to save, yes, and exit. So now, if we do a long listing of these files, we see that let's go down. Do a long listing of this file. I don't know why it keeps doing this. I'm not dragging anything anyway. So do a long listing of this. We see that test file is readable for the user, it's writable by the user. It's not an executable file. And it's just like the basic permission you do when you have created a new file. To make this file both readable and executable and writable by all users, use the command chmod. Chmod modifies the file permissions. So 777 is not what you should use. It's not advisable to do that, so you kind of see it rarely. We do an ls especially, and we'll go through that test file. You see now it's not all of the permission is granted to everybody that has access to this file. This is very wrong. Should not be used regularly. So I'm going to post as I said earlier in the description, so you can understand different numbers and how it works. So to change ownership of a particular file, now this file we created, the test file, belongs to root, Kali, yeah. So Kali, it belongs to the Kali user and the Kali group. So let's change this file to the ownership of this file to praise, the user we created before. And to do that, we use chown to change ownership of this user. Let's call this person praise. The user, the file path is on home, Kali, and yeah, let's be sure of the path that this belongs to. I think let's be sure so we don't. Okay, let me be sure so I don't pwd home Kali. So home Kali, and I think you have to be root to do this. So tests file .txt, and we have to be root to perform this command. So sudo in front of it, next we put our password, and if you do an ls and la, and we see that that file belongs to praise and group Kali. So that's how you change ownership of a particular file in a Linux system. So the next command we're going to look at is to change your group. Similarly, use the chgroup command, chgrp, and I think we created an finance group, if I'm not mistaken. I think we have an HR group, so let's do something nice. HR, and the file path is home, Kali, and test file .txt. I think I didn't do that right. So enter. Yeah, I have to be root to do this. So sudo enter. We'll do an ls So an LA, and we scroll through and we see that we've changed the group to HR. So that's how you do that. So if you like what you've seen so far, please click the like button, subscribe so more people can see this. We're going to go to the next video and we're going to talk about networking commands. It's very, very important for network engineers, for cybersecurity professionals, for system administrators, and for just regular users of the Linux operating system. So I'll see you in the next video. Like, subscribe, give a thumbs up, comment, leave a comment if you have questions. I'm going to answer you. So thank you. Have a wonderful day.